Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Matter of Opinion, and I'm your host, Walls P. So today's episode, Evalena Flores, the mother of Eric and Monte Morgan, who's responsible for the death of Ella French and another officer who is in the hospital. Now, if you want to know the full backstory about everything, my boy Strategic Eyes did a very good video on this. You could click this card right here and check it out so you could get up to speed. But apparently, this woman made a Facebook post or IG post speaking on behalf of her children, giving her point of view, and also went to the hospital to see them where she got apprehended. So let's do a breakdown of this video that this woman posted.
Okay, I just wanted to get on here real quick to be a voice for my boys, Eric and Monte Morgan. I want you to know I love you and your family loves you and you're not alone. For everybody else, I just want to simply say there is another side, and my boy's side is not being told right now.
Okay, so I would love to know what this side of the story is. Because as of right now, what we do know is Ella French is murdered. We have another officer who was hospitalized because he was shot in the eye and was in critical condition, and now they say is doing better. Then you have the perp who is hospitalized recovering from gunshot wounds, and then you have the brother that tried to hide the murder weapon. And one thing to add too is there's a third party in this, the woman who was in the passenger seat, and she's not being charged or anything like that. So I wonder, why is that? Is it because she complied and didn't partake in the criminal activities? But let's say we give you the benefit of the doubt. I would love to see what your side of the story is, because unless it gives some overbearing, truthful, factual evidence or whatever the case may be that can paint them in a good light or justify their actions, you got me there. But until then, things are not looking like they're in your son's favor.
I cannot speak too much on it, but I will say this. Don't believe everything you hear and see. It's fictitious. And there is another side.
See, I love the way she focused on don't believe the things that you hear. So let's say we take your advice of not believing the things that we hear or the things that we see, so to speak. So going with that logic, that should mean we shouldn't believe what you're saying either. Because on this end of things, it looks like you're looking for sympathy for your boys.
My boys are not monsters, what people trying to paint them to be, at all. At all. There is another side.
Okay, as far as I'm concerned, we are judging them based on their actions. And what those actions are, they shot first, they murdered Ella French, they also wounded another officer, and all of this was done while those officers' guns were holstered, and this was over a traffic stop. So I don't see how we're painting them to be demons based on their actions.
I don't believe a damn thing CPD says.
Okay, so let's dissect that for a second. Don't believe what the police are saying. All right, I could understand where you're coming from with that, because there has been times where police has falsified reports, things of that nature, you know, and basically planted evidence. But usually what we see in these cases is once the body cam and everything gets to the higher up, we see a press conference, and within that press conference, they're calling out these bad officers, and these officers are out of a job. And that's the thing, we're seeing this more and more, so you see a level of accountability when police officers falsify their reports. So in this case, I don't think that holds any weight. And the reason being is because everybody is on the same page with what they saw on the body cam.
And I can guarantee you this, my boys was afraid. I'm afraid. Our young black women, not only young black women and young black men, like I just said, I'm afraid. Adults are afraid of the CPD. And I'm clean. I'm not a criminal. My car is clean. I got insurance, all that. But if a cop get behind me, my heart drops. We fear our police here. Unfortunately, we fear them. We don't believe in them. We don't trust them. They get behind us. Our hearts drop. We scared. That's just the reality of it. Whether people want to hear that or not, I don't give a damn what people want to hear. I need to be a voice for my boys.
Okay, so this I can kind of agree with, because there's a big mistrust with policing in the black community. I made a video about this. You could click this card right here and check it out. But with that said, being scared and deciding that I'm gonna have a shootout with police officers are two totally different things. See, if I get pulled over and I'm driving dirty, the thing on my mind is, yes, I may be scared that I'm getting pulled over, but it's also scared of the outcome that will happen as far as like me getting arrested or something of that nature. Me acting violence towards a police officer is not the first thing on my mind. If anything, if I know I'm driving dirty where I have an unpaid ticket or something like that, or my insurance isn't paid or something like that, my next reaction is to be as nice as possible to that officer in hopes that he slapped me with a warning or something, or maybe even tow the car and I'll walk home and I'll deal with the consequences of paying the tickets or the fines at a later date. But violence doesn't come to mind. So now she's gonna go to the hospital to see her son and live stream it. And with that said, she knows the police are there because he's in custody for murdering a police officer and injuring another.
Emonte Morgan, my son.
Hold on. Was there a security guard?
I want to see my son.
Oh, hold on.
Monty! Monty! Don't touch me!
Ladies and gentlemen, the remainder of this video has been edited, so if you want to see the unedited version of this video, definitely click the link in the description and check it out on Locals. Due to YouTube's guidelines, I had to edit it, so definitely check out the unedited version on Locals. Back to our scheduled program. So let's point out everything that's bad about this scenario. Number one, you're the mother of two perps who was basically in a shootout with police, killed one and injured another. That's number one. Number two, you're running at them and screaming. Even if you do decided that you wanted to go see your son, you know that he's in custody for the murder, also attempt of murder of another police officer, so you know the police are there. So you're running at them and screaming. Number three, you just said whenever you have an encounter with police, you're afraid of them, but yet you're blatantly running towards them, right? You're running towards them. These police have no idea if you're armed and dangerous, whatever the case may be. None of them grabbed a weapon. The only thing that they did grab was handcuffs. So with that being said, that's putting a lot of holes in your rant. And like I said, looking for excuses. And we all know in cases like this, what's gonna come next?
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Yep, that good old GoFundMe. Because why would you go into a hospital and live stream it? This definitely sounds like a ploy to gain sympathy from the public, start a GoFundMe, and get the hard-earned money from suckers like you and me. And I'm not buying it. Unless some insurmountable evidence that you have on your side of the story comes and shed light on everything that took place, I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. So what do you guys think? What is your take on this rant that this woman went on? Are you buying it? Are you gonna wait to see what evidence roll out, if there's any evidence on her side? Let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear it. I'm Wells P. This is Matter of Opinion, and I'll catch everybody on the next one. Peace.
It's a matter of opinion.